Alright, hey everyone, so two quick things before we get into the clutch. For starters, sorry it's not really up to our regular standards of only 38 and stuff. We honestly just didn't have a ton of time to record during this cast rotation, which sucks, but we wanted to make sure we still got at least one clutch out from this rotation. And secondly, during the recording, I didn't know my mic was muted, so I made a community poll asking if I should add some post-commentary, or if I should add some music, and you guys clearly wanted some post-commentary, so let's get into it. Like how most games started, I ended up starting in the generator, getting some loot, buying stuff from the shopkeeper, and pretty much immediately heading straight to middle. And right when I got to middle, I could tell that we're going to have a ton of pressure by setting up a ton of our traps super early on. And with all the traps being set up, they did end up getting our first bed. And this was really early on, so it definitely wasn't ideal. Luckily, though, our teammate did end up getting one of their beds later on in the game, which definitely made it feel a bit safer. And during the game, obviously, you're going to definitely get some streak points like usual, which I'm doing here, getting some kills, because streak points are probably just one of the most important things in the game, especially not just for, like, clutching, but honestly in Castle in general. Got a nice little kill here. And then mid-fight against this guy, our actual second bed breaks, which is definitely not ideal. And then just a little bit later, our third bed breaks. So right here, I immediately start getting back to base so I can start spending my M's and start getting ready to clutch. So once I make it back to base, I decided I was going to buy like 2 or 3 tools like usual, and I ended up deciding to buy 3 jump pots and the rest invises, because invises are just the most important pot that I'm going to need in this scenario. And luckily for us, right here, our teammates end up getting their second bed. So in this scenario, I'm actually feeling a lot better, because it's no longer a 2-bed clutch and only a 1-bed clutch. And then right here, I started to get overrun by red at this base, so I started to go to middle base, and hope I can find a ton of my teammates, which I kind of run around for a little bit, trying to figure out what I wanted to do, but luckily, after a little bit of running around, I see a ton of my teammates' names, and I go ahead and go where they are, just to be a bit safe until, the clutch has to start. And right about here, I realized that there's only 18 of us left, and in this scenario, I really started to realize I'm going to have to go really soon, so I started to stack up on the last stuff that I was going to need. And right here, our teammates were kind of dying super fast, so there's only 5 of us left here. And I decided I was going to invis up and see if I can just start bypassing some reds, because soon, one more death from 4 and they'll have a tracker on me, which is really, really bad. So I started to head out right now, and sadly for me, this bridge up here was definitely not ideal for me to get up. One of my blocks disappears as well, and it was honestly not a very safe bridge, but luckily we get through pretty easily. I decided to just kill this guy just for the streak points, because I might as well. And I head over towards middle again. And about right here, I actually can see one of my teammates, which is really good for me, because with him being there, it distracts a ton of the other reds at middle, which should at least give me a nice path to be able to go straight to their base. One of the sweats does end up noticing me right here, but luckily for me, he just ends up walking off, and I can just kind of walk through pretty easily. And as I go towards middle here, I end up seeing that there's a bit of an opening here. There's not a ton of red, so I don't really have to worry about anyone seeing my footsteps or anything. However, I also noticed that there's only 2 of us left, and even worse for me, they really unleash another wither. And honestly, in clutching scenarios, withers are just the hardest thing to deal with. So right here, what I want to do is drink a jump pot, because my plan is to actually go over to their other base and fight the wither there, because if I can go and fight the wither there, it'll be a lot safer for me without a ton of reds there, and there's a ton of room for me to fight the wither on top of the base. So as I head over there, I actually do get recognized by my last teammate, so shout out to you. But yeah, so I start to head over here and hoping the wither, and the wither obviously has a tracker on me, so I'm running over there hoping the wither will chase me, which he does end up doing. And when I head over to the base, I look around for a second to see exactly where I might want to fight the wither, but the best place usually is just on the main roof, because it's the biggest amount of room and it's pretty safe. So I go up to there, and the wither eventually, in a pretty good amount of time, eventually does find me, and right here I'm able to kill the wither, and the wither wasn't really trying to play it safe or anything, kind of just was sitting there, so I can kill the wither pretty fast here, which is very good for us. And right here, when I hit him off, right here, I really want to get to their base soon, because with all the people remaining, knowing that I can actually kill some people, are going to know that I'm pretty much going to be heading over to their base pretty soon. So I want to get there, hopefully before a lot of other people can. And sadly, right here, my last teammate does end up dying. And one good thing, though, that I noticed is when I hit tab, is that there's actually not as many people. You can tell looking at tab that there's not 40 people or 38 people. I can tell from the tab that there's probably 31, 32-ish. And I was actually right with that prediction, because when I broke the bed, there was only 30 people left or so. But right here, I want to make sure I get the bed right here, and definitely no other attempts, because I only have 1 milk. And when I go up here, I see there's a couple of people up there, but not too many, so in my head, I'm pretty much saying this is a pretty easy bed to get. So I'm going up here. Luckily, there's a little hole I can go through right here. And yeah, so this guy right here. And I didn't know at the time, but there were actually people inside the defense here, which I did not know. I ended up getting the bed pretty easily here, but I didn't realize there was a guy here. But right here, I actually do have a decent amount of time to get away and actually focus on exactly what I want to do. And it's nice to see that there only is 29 people left and not an actual like 40 amount. So right here, I go up top just for a second to figure out exactly what my plan was going to be. And from this scenario, trying to figure out if I wanted to just go invis and see if I can start hitting people off. And I do end up doing that because I notice I don't have that many invis pots left. So I drink an invis and head down, and I'm going to start heading towards middle to get some M's, but also hitting people off that I can, on the bridges specifically. And I head over to this bridge, and I see at least 2 people coming, so pretty much easy free kills for me here. There's 1 and 2. And it's a nice little play there, and I decided I'm just going to head to the left Emerald Gen to be able to get some of the M's because I'm running out of Invis pots, and we really need the Invis pots, that's for sure. So I make it over here, and there actually does end up being a decent amount of M's here. And with a lot of M's there, I do end up deciding I was just going to head straight back to my base just to be safe. And when I make it back, I do end up buying, I tried to buy actually the Nectar prop, but for some reason I was a couple diamonds short, which is kind of awkward here, but anyway, I do end up buying my diamond armor right here, which is pretty good, and a pearl, and then pretty much the rest pots, which I really needed. And right here, obviously, the new wither just spawned, which was really bad for me, and not only did the wither just spawn, there's actually some people literally like right behind me. So I go up to here, and I ended up deciding I wanted to figure out a good place for me to fight the wither alone. So I use the platform here and go over to our main base, and I look around for a second trying to figure out exactly where I wanted to fight the wither, and just like the last time, I decided I was going to fight it on like the main roof on the base. So I head over there right now, and once I make it over there, I wait for the wither, and sadly for me, this wither right here actually plays it like super safe and like kept going up and down and like barely like every couple of minutes he would go down, which is pretty annoying for me. But I get a couple of hits here early on, and there's this guy just right here in my face, which was kind of alarming. Take a little bit of fall damage there, and then I water down, and I get stuck in the water, which is not ideal. And right about here, I get stuck in like 5 different mines. I was like trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I decided I was going to go up and then grapple just to be safe, and that the safest place for me in this scenario is to go down onto the platform. So once I make it to the platform, I decided to go up again because I really wanted to deal with the wither as soon as I could. So I go inside, drink a quick little jump pot, and as soon as I'm done there, I go to the side and go straight back up so I can fight the wither up here. Hopefully, ideally alone, but and yeah, so I kind of waited here for a little bit longer, wait for the wither to come over to me, which he does here, but again, he's been playing super safe. I get 3 super good hits there, and I have to keep waiting for him to come back down, it was a really annoying fight, I'm not gonna lie. I keep looking back to make sure no one's like gonna, pop up on me all of a sudden again. But he comes over here once again. I can get one more hit on him, and at this point, I'm starting to lose my patience because there's people down there, fireballing me, and I decided I was gonna start just fireballing the wither because the amount of times he was like running back and forth kind of just got me tired. So I got my fireballs here. I miss a couple, but he does end up getting close to me here, so I can get a hit, fireball him one more time, and get him down. Now, right here, not only do I get him, I see on the left that the guy over there fireball jumped, so I was getting ready to fight him, and he just fireballs him from up here. And there's just another, like, 4 other people, so just to be safe, I decided I was going to pearl out. And this, I completely mess up. I should not have, like, turned here. I could have used the platform, so I have to use my lone wolf there, which was definitely not ideal. But I'm alive, which is the main point of it. I am up here because I kind of wanted to head back to middle as soon as I could, but to play it smart here, I definitely wanted to punch this guy so my wolves would start going after him. So I punch him, and I was going to turn and fight him for a second, but I decided it's probably just smarter for me to start heading towards middle. So I water down, and I just start heading towards middle. And once I make it to middle, I'm chasing this guy down because he looked alone at the time, so I was going to chase him for a little bit, and I chase him towards the middle of middle, and he ends up actually jumping down here. And I end up deciding to chase because I thought he was pretty low and that I could take the fight here. Right here, I can see he has a fireball in his hand, so I grab mine. And instead of wasting with some of my fireballs and wasting a couple seconds of my immas left, I just chase. And I tried to hit him off with a fireball here. I get actually pretty close, but I end up just having to like hit him off myself. Well, actually, no, I just kill him with my another fireball. But yeah, so now right here, I decided I was going to turn around and head back to their base so I can spend the new M's that I got because I was running out of M's pots. So I make it back to their base here, buy Prot 3, which is definitely super needed, buy my diamond sword, which I needed, and go ahead, buy some pearls and a ton of M's pots. And Yeah, so right here, I definitely want to play it safe, though, because I see this guy coming at me from the corner of my eye, so I definitely want to make sure I don't get, like, you know, trapped in a corner, because I don't have my compass anymore, obviously. So I was going to turn and fight him over here, but I realized there's too many people coming, so I decided to play it safe, take my invis pot, and I was going to go around here. And I can see here that there's a high network level, like, right up here, so I didn't really want to specifically go up there and fight him, so I decided to just pass some of these people, and not really risk the fight against a jump pot person either, but I decided I can kill this person because he was just kind of right there. So I get the simple kill there, and I start going over towards middle again, because I want to, again, just take the easy fights instead of getting, like, risk getting in a risky scenario and possibly getting, like, in a corner or anything. I see another guy right here with chainmail armor, so I decided I was going to kill him. And right here, it's kind of awkward, because I first tried to kill him with my KB stick. He gets stuck on a thing, so I ended up deciding, you know, just go and kill him with my sword. And behind me, I can see that there's a bridge egg coming, so I wanted to play it safe here, go invis, and start heading up so I could fight this guy, because I didn't know if he was going to go invis or anything. So I went up here, and I can see right here that I don't see him anymore, which I got a little scared about. So I decided I was going to run away just to be a little bit safe. And I make it over here with a bit of time, so I decided I didn't need to, like, you know, drink another invis pot or anything. However, I was right for the second, because the guy who I did see do the bridge egg did end up being invis, so I didn't see right here, and then right here I can see the footsteps, and all of a sudden I'm in a fight, and luckily his invis pot runs out right here, and then a simple S-tap right here gets the kill, and we can move on. And right here I go ahead, Gapple. I see another guy coming, and I decided I was going to fight him because I thought he was alone, so I was going to invis there, but he just starts fireball spamming me, so I decided I was going to wait until he was done wasting all his fireballs, and then I go behind this wall, and then I invis up, and I go in for the chase here because this guy just looked like he was going to stand there for a second. He's swinging his sword, but I go ahead, just jump around him, hit him off, and then do a nice little clutch. And we are fine, and we are good. So right here was just about when I was deciding if I wanted to go back to base right now or if I wanted to stay at middle. So I buy a tracker, which I definitely needed to do earlier, but I see a guy right here, so I do decide to stay at middle for a little bit longer. Hit him down, and I did realize because he was all alone here that I was going to need to take the fight because you need to take advantage of all of them, and he pearls away. So I was tempted to pearl onto him right here, but I decided to play it safe and just kind of fireball spam him a little bit, and he ended up getting away, but I didn't think it was too big of a deal because honestly I just wanted to make sure I got new invis spots and everything that I needed. So right here I start heading back towards my base. And once I make it back, I see a guy next to this diamond gen, so I go ahead and kind of chase him up here and get a nice little kill on him, a nice little S-tap, and then finish off the kill. And I was trying to figure out which base I wanted to go to. I decided I would go to our star base, and I'm able to buy a decent amount of stuff here. And right here when I'm leaving our middle base, I see a guy right here all alone. So again, I want to take all the fights that when people are all alone, so, you know, eventually it's probably not going to have that advantage anymore. But I take the fight. It's pretty simple. This is quite awkward again, because I was trying to figure out if I wanted to KB take them off or just kill them with my sword, and instead of that, I ended up doing a mixture of both and hitting it off with my sword. So, bit awkward there. But anyway, right here, a really good thing happened, which is that my lone wolf ended up running out, which is super good, because that means I can use my compass again and pretty much get out of any scenario that I need, which is really, really good for me. And right here, I'm back up middle, I'm chasing this guy down, which I can end up just fireballing, which is really good for me. And right here, I decided I was going to go and see if I can chase some of the other people, because I saw some other people at the bases. And I ended up seeing that there's a couple of them together, which was something that I had a bit of flashbacks to, the 1v39 clutch that I almost lost, mainly because of time. And the last couple of people were grouping up. And I decided that I was going to go ahead and head back to my base and see if I could just restock on items and fight anyone that was close. And I could see in the tracker that someone was at this base, so it was kind of a win-win for me here. So I go ahead and just chase him down and quickly just kill him really fast. And yeah, so this fight was a bit annoying because of the water, obviously. I really wanted to kill him here just because he was all alone right at this moment, and I just really wanted to make sure I got rid of him. Luckily for me, though, he messes up his fireball jump here, and I can finish off the kill pretty easily right here. And he ended up just kind of walking off himself. And yeah, so we're good. We're in a decent spot there. And right here, I can see when I'm leaving my base, right ahead of me, there is a guy pretty much right here, so I decided I was going to fight him, and then I thought that he's someone else trailing behind him, so I decided I was going to go ahead and kill his teammate first, because it would be easier of a kill, and now I was going to go ahead and chase the guy who is up here, and yeah, so I can go up here and chase him, and I end up seeing that he jumps down here, which is not ideal, but we end up just being able to get a simple kill, and he kind of just fireballs himself off, but it kind of works out for us, so it's all good there. And yeah, so right here, I can see that the compass is pointing at someone who's at this base, so I immediately start heading over there. And yeah, so I'm about to go in for this fight, and hang on a second. Alright. So you guys know, you guys know the planet like Pluto, right? I'm assuming you guys do. I am pretty certain that this man was born there and lives there because this man's ping was just so, oh my, how do you get ping this bad? Like, oh my god. Anyway, so after this, I don't know if you could call it a fight. I eventually kill him, and that's all that matters. And we move on from there. And I head back towards up here because I see a guy. My compass is pointing at someone, so I can see this guy on the bridge here. So I said I was going to go ahead and chase after I get lagged back. And when I get closer to chasing him, I can see that there's another guy there right when I probed. So it's unfortunate timing for me. And this I kind of mess up here because I really wanted to get this guy before the other guy came back, and I kind of just messed it up completely. So he pearls away here. I can catch back up to him. I can see from there that pearl wasn't going to land. I can see his teammate is coming back here, but I thought I can get the kill. And right here I mess up a ton. Right here I should be pearling to an island instead of wasting my lone wolf, but I played safe, used the lone wolf, which is not ideal, but all that matters, I guess, is that I'm alive there, but I kind of threw that a little bit there. And right here, I head back to middle, and I almost walk off myself, and I see this sweat again, and I go ahead and definitely want to take this fight, because he no longer has teammates with him. I block one of his pearls here, and then he throws, like, 54 pearls, and I realize he's definitely out of pearls there, so I realize I will chase, and I have a ton of pearls on me. So I go ahead, chase, and then right here, he just starts fireball spamming, like, a ton of fireballs, and ends up kind of just walking off himself while trying to eat a gapple at the same time. So it all worked out for me there. And right here, I can see exactly where the compass is pointing at, which is right over here. And so Im is up here because I can see a guy right there. And I go ahead and try to fireball him up. I kind of mess it up a bit there, and he lives. I go ahead, try to fire him a couple of extra times. It just doesn't really work out for me. But I go ahead and decide I was going to go actually after him here because I could see that I was going to bow. So I decided I was going to pearl behind him so I didn't get hit by the bow. And of course, I get stuck in a block for like an hour. And then right here, he pearls away. And I was so close. There's a bridge right here, so I decided I wasn't going to use any pearls to chase him. And then I decided otherwise and actually did use some pearl. Yeah, so I head over here and kind of chase him. I was going to I fireball him off here, which is what I wanted to do. And he keeps pearling away. And right here is kind of unfortunate. He kind of pearls away like really far. So I decided it wasn't really worth risking pearling. I was considering it. You can tell right there I was considering it. But I decided I was going to play it smart instead and drink some pots. And right here I can see he's just going to fireball spam me. So I just decided I was going to wait drinking my pots and kind of organize my inventory while I had the time. And once he finishes, he decides this is a chase. So I could just, well, fireball him off. I don't really know what his plan was there. But it works out for me, so I'm not going to complain. And now there's only one person left. So I go ahead, head over to where the tractor was pointing, and go over and fight him. So right here I can see that I obviously can't see his name tag, so I know that I can tell that he's invis here. I was trying to figure out exactly where he was invis, like upstairs or downstairs. And I go up, I can see him like trying to bow, so I place a block, chase him here, get the first hit, which was good, hit him off down here, and I try to just completely get him right here by pearling a ton because I have a lot of pearls, and he ends up making it to the platform, which is not ideal for me, so I decided, even though I probably should have turned around and used the extra M's that I had to buy more pearls, I was just going to pearl on him, and I get him, and I just mess it up here a little bit. It gets behind a wall, and you can go back. So I have to go ahead, go all the way back, and unfortunately for me, I have to go buy some more pearls, and I buy a lot of pearls, if you couldn't tell. I buy like 11 pearls, and I don't know why I bought more gabbles. I already had like a stack on me. So right here, I was going to, okay, I'm going to invis up and then pearl on him. So I go up to here, go upstairs, and then right here, I can notice that the tractor immediately just starts going to 14. So I can tell that he's immediately down there in invis. So I go ahead, go downstairs, try to meet him, and I think we kind of swap places, and he ends up going upstairs, and I kind of go downstairs. But eventually, we end up actually fighting, and right here, he actually gets a couple of nice hits, because I got particles there, which is super unfortunate. He gets the first couple of hits, because I jumped there for no reason, I don't know why, and then my aim kind of dies, but it ends up working out, and I can finish him off, and end up winning the game. It wasn't anything too crazy. I know, again, it wasn't as high as our usual standards, but it was definitely fun to record. Yes, thank you guys for all the support. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.